Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we're going to take a look at the amazing Spider-Man 2-pack from Marvel Legends, the Renew Your Vows 2-pack with obviously Spider-Man and Spinneret. Now I'm going to do this video in two parts. One video will focus on Spinneret, the other will focus on Spider-Man. Here's the back of the box and you can see the accessories and the picture of what's included. The box itself is really nice and you can see the articulated toes there on Spider-Man. In this video we are taking a closer look at the Spider-Man figure. Now this figure pack is part of the Beyond Amazing line from Marvel Legends, and it's the second one from that line that I've received, and I do love these boxes even though they are windowless, so there's a bit of complaint online. But either way, let's jump straight in and open this box up. Now I'm going to be careful because I do want to keep these boxes just because they're the first of their kind. They're the first windowless boxes that we've got from Marvel Legends. And yeah, I quite like the design of them, so I'm going to keep them, so I'm being quite careful with it. So inside the box, where we used to have the kind of clamshell plastic packaging, we now have this kind of cardboard alternative. Now, and you can see here, you've got Spinneret on one side, and you've got Spider-Man on the other. Two little bags with the accessories in them, and the figures are, they're in there quite tightly. Now, the original concern for this type of packaging was that people were going to be able to swap those figures out quite easily in the store. But as you can see, it actually is quite hard to get into them and actually get them out. So I'm not sure that that is going to be the case, but time will tell. I think that the boxes are very well designed, and I think they have designed them with that in mind as well. So without wasting any more time, let's have a look at the Spider-Man figure. So here we go, out of the packet straight away. Now there has been some complaints by people that the paint apps on these things aren't, oh look at those toes, look at those toes, excellent. But there has been some complaints online about figures coming and the paint apps not being great, but upon initial kind of inspection there's not actually that much of a, oh no, there's a little bit of paint rub there on the top of his shoulders, but nothing that I've not seen on other figures. So I haven't really got any major complaints about the paint apps on initial inspection. If I come across anything in the video, obviously I'll point it out. Sorry, I'm holding him a bit far out of frame because I'm inspecting him for paint apps. So there we go, you can see the articulation in the knees and the toes as well, which is great. It's going to be great for displays, it's going to be great for action figure photography, and it's something that we've not seen in Marvel Legends for quite some time. Now, toe articulation was something that was quite popular with the Toy Biz versions of the Marvel Legends figures, but not so much with the Hasbro ones. I'm absolutely loving this head sculpt. This head sculpt is really cool and very different to the one that we got originally. Now, some people are saying that they're going to pass this set because essentially it is the retro Spidey just with articulated toes, but having a look at him, that is not the case at all. I will grab the retro Spider-Man in a second, but first let's have a look at the accessories. So the same as Spinneret, we get two wall crawling hands here, and we also get the additional fist hand and the thwip hand, and we get this unmasked Peter head. Now I'm going to go as far as saying this is the best unmasked Peter head that we've had to date. The paint apps on it are really, really smart. There's no complaints there at all, and the sculpting on him is really nice. Let's just pop it on, and you can see there that looks really awesome. Really does look like an unmasked Peter Parker. That's really cool. And I'm going to swap over the hands because I prefer the wall crawling hands, both for display and for photography. I think they're a little bit more versatile, so I'm going to swap them over just for the sake of this review. Yeah, that is a really cool head sculpt, and I suppose you could move because of the articulation in the shoulders and everything, you could move the hands around and have him hold the mask. Because I'm really torn actually. The head sculpt is really nice, but then the masked head is a really nice Spider-Man as well. Now the Renew Your Vows storyline came out in 2015 and again in 2016, and it's basically an alternate version of Peter Parker and Mary Jane, and he creates a suit for Mary Jane and their daughter Annie that gives them the powers of Spider-Man, but it does actually make him weaker. So this is not your 616 Spider-Man, this is a different one. But yeah, he is I'm going to go as far as saying this is the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man to date, hands down, the best one. Now, the retro carded one has taken that spot previously, but having a look at them side by side, the retro one looks not as good. The colours are much better on this Renew Your Vows one. The web lines on the suit are better. And the new one is pinless. It has got pinless arms, pinless legs, and toe articulation. So you've got everything that the retro Spider-Man had in regards to the articulation and the new kind of mould, but then on this new Renew Your Vows one, you've also got toe articulation and a pinless body. Now, the retro Spider-Man is going for stupid money on the second-hand market if it's boxed, but this new version is so much better, in my opinion. If you disagree, then please do let me know. I mean, I'm going to keep my retro one. I'll probably display him with the unmasked head, like so, and that looks pretty cool. But this new one, this is my favourite Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure. Hands down, it's going to take centre space in my collection. Now that is the time up, but I'm going to run over slightly just to show you a bit more of a comparison between these two. The web lines are just a lot clearer, the red is a lot more vibrant. The feet are the same size from what I can tell, they're the same size feet, there's just the articulation in them. And even the web lines on the feet there look really good, and on the boots they just look a lot cleaner. I really do prefer the colours, the reds and the blues, and I prefer the wider eye as well. Do go and check out my page. I've had a look at the Spinneret video in the Spinneret figure in a different video that's available on my channel, as well as some other 5-minute figure reviews, even though this is a bit longer than 5 minutes, so I do apologise. But this is hands down the best Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure to date. Get one while you can.